Hi, I'm Johnny from Brotherwise Games. 12 years ago, my brother and I made Boss Monster.
Hi, I'm Johnny O'Neill.
And I'm Chris O'Neill.
We're the founders of Brotherwise Games and creators of Boss Monster, a new standalone card game for 2 to 4 players that lets you take the role of an evil boss monster.
This was something that we made almost on a dare. We enjoyed playing board games, so we decided to make one. Then we decided to put it on Kickstarter, and our whole goal was just to make a little bit of money, be able to fund a minimum print run, and be able to say someday, hey, we made a board game. But it went really well, surprisingly well. So much so that the year after that, we made Boss Monster 2, the next level. And after that, we made all sorts of various expansions. We've expanded into the realm of Overboss, we've expanded into the realm of Dungeon Cart, and now we're finally going back to the beginning and making Super Boss Monster. This is a game I've been wanting to make for years. A couple of years ago, I actually went on Reddit and I said, hey everybody, people love Boss Monster, but it's not everybody's favorite. How do we make it better? And the response was crazy. It was funny how many people responded and was like, yeah, this is what I don't like about your game. It was the most successful social media post I've ever made, which was humbling but also really helpful and led to Super Boss Monster. Super Boss Monster does a lot of things that I think people are gonna really like. Let's take a quick look at it. So the biggest difference you're gonna see right away in Super Boss Monster is the town board. Now, heroes, instead of just coming into sort of an abstract town in the center of the table, come into this town board. And some of them say things like, when this hero enters town, immediately place it in the stadium. We have these 5 landmarks: the temple, the stadium, the library, the hideout, and the tavern. And each of those can unlock different action spots. You as a boss now have a minion meeple that you can place on one of those spots. You can go on a spot like this one to direct a hero, which means you can either send it to your dungeon or to an opponent's dungeon. And when they're in one of these landmarks, they go with a +2 health token with them, so the stakes are a little bit raised that way. Or you can go to a blank spot and get a benefit, like here, this spot in the hideout says that the last room in my dungeon gets +2 damage. So this is unlocking a lot of cool little worker placement stuff, very straightforward, just something that adds a layer of complexity and strategy to the game. You're also now going to be drafting instead of just randomly drawing cards. So if you're in, say, a 2-player game, you're gonna have 2 room cards out and a spell card, and you get to choose which of those you take. That's gonna give you more power over how you're building your dungeon, and you can kind of keep an eye on what other people are taking in order to figure out what they might be doing. So those simple changes, the action spots in town, the drafting spells and rooms, are enough to take Boss Monster, which is an awesome game. It's still surprising, still fun, but this just gives it that extra little layer of choice that we think makes it a better game. We also have exciting new rooms that do fun things with +1 damage counters. We have some very fun new spells, so the whole thing is cool, but the board is really what unlocks all of it. Including solo mode. We'll talk more about that in the future. So that is Super Boss Monster. We really hope that you will join us on March 19 for the Kickstarter. If we can do well in this Kickstarter, we can do things like unlock more bosses, we can upgrade some of the components, we can really make it the best it can be, make it a celebration of everything that we've done with Boss Monster and Brotherwise for the past decade. We thank all of you who have supported us in the past, and we hope to see you there on March 19th.